So with President Trump's takeover of Washington, D.C.'s Metropolitan Police Department, it is in full swing, of course. His announcement yesterday that he wants to extend his control beyond 30 days has Democrats up in arms and vowing to fight back.
If he went to Congress and said, you know what, there's this crime emergency, we need the National Guard out there longer, we need to take over Washington, D.C., would you grant it?
No way. We'll fight him tooth and nail. Not only are we not going to approve it, but I have there are some Republicans who don't like it either.
Okay, a little colorful language there, but joining us now is Illinois Democratic Congressman Raja Krishnamoorthi, who I know will not use any colorful language. Congressman, it's good to see you again. So look, President Trump expects to get support from Congress, right, to keep up his control of the D.C. police. He's got to do that if it goes past a month. Do you see that happening?
No. I think that, look, in the Senate, I think they'll filibuster this as they should. And it should absolutely not extend beyond 30 days. It should not even happen now. But let's just be clear about why it's happening. He's trying to distract attention from his mismanagement of the economy, which is weakening, from the Epstein files debacle. And it's just yet another example of him trying to attempt a blatant power grab, as he did with, trying to deploy American soldiers on American soil in California against American citizens. And so we absolutely have to resist what he's doing here.
Okay, so you say it's not going to pass through the Senate. That said, Trump also said yesterday if it's a national emergency, he can keep control of the D.C. police without congressional approval. So what do you do if he tries that? And does Trump just unilaterally decide whether it is indeed a national emergency?
Again, that's where we have to go to court, and we have to fight him in court. I think that this is not going to be upheld in court because even under the National Emergencies Act, there's no provision that allows for indefinite control of the D.C. Metropolitan Police Department, even if an emergency is declared. The only situations in which the president can exercise power are those in which they are statutorily provided under that act, and that act can't be invoked in the first place. So again, we have to resist him in court, we have to resist him in Congress, we have to fight him wherever he takes us.
So he has floated the idea of other cities facing a federal takeover of their police departments, and that includes Chicago. That's in your home state, sir. What's the likelihood of that happening?
He can talk about it, but again, that would be blatantly unconstitutional, and it would be a violation of the Posse Comitatus Act, which prevents the deployment of military troops for domestic law enforcement. I've actually introduced legislation as well to require the consent of the chief executive of the state or the territory before the deployment of American troops against American citizens. And I'm hopeful that we can get support for that, because it's just kind of common sense that, the deployment of federal troops is more provocative than helpful, especially with a president like the one we have right now. So we have to fight his attempts to do so.
So House Oversight Committee Chair, that being James Comer, says that he plans to hold a hearing, and that'll be with D.C. officials. That'll also include Mayor Bowser. He wants to do that in September. You sit on that committee, sir. So what do you know about his plans and the expectations for that hearing?
Well, I'm sure he's going to try to make that into a circus, just like some of the previous hearings. But again, I think that both Mayor Bowser, as well as I believe the D.C. Attorney General has been summoned to testify, are going to hold their own, and Democrats are going to enable them to present their case to the national audience that I think will pay attention. Why should people care about this? I think people outside of D.C. might be wondering. It's because Trump, again, is trying to exercise a power grab that is meant to intimidate people in other places, to prevent them from doing what they're doing in exercising their rights, in criticizing him, in going about pursuing policies that might be in conflict with the ones that he wants. And he wants to basically silence them and intimidate them from exercising their rights. And that's what's not going to happen.
Okay. Illinois Congressman Raja Krishnamoorthi, it has been nice to talk with you again. Thank you so much. And at half past the hour.